Evening, everyone. Welcome to the Leeds View for your impromptu Leeds have signed a player live stream tonight. I hope you're all having a really good evening. We have a lot of stuff to get out today. The news went out this morning. We have a podcast recorded with Andrea Russo. We didn't know that this was happening, so it is part of it. So don't worry about that. That will go afterwards. It's about 9 o'clock tonight. We'll put that out. There's no point in putting that out right now, but we are going to have a little chat about James Trafford because we said we would continue to do these over the pre-season as Leeds sign new players, and they've done it. They've signed another one. I'll fix my chair. No Nigel Martin on the pitch showing him off, though. Disappointed with that one, though. Joking. Loads of people in the chat tonight. Really. I know I said 7 o'clock, and it was bang on 7, yeah. Between 7 and 7:40. Leeds have a pattern to all of their announcements. Same with Charlie Crew last night. Between 7 and 7:45. I think they wait till everyone's gone home and they just press send as they're walking at the door and closing. Although someone said to me they've got a late night department. This is a significant transfer for Leeds. They've broken their transfer record. They've finally got it. Got to say the words. We said we'd say the words. Ladies and gentlemen, there's James Trafford in a Leeds shirt. Here we go. That's our obligatory player in a Leeds shirt post out of the way. Number 3 in the door. It's really good for Leeds. We'll do your comments. We'll get stuck into them in a couple of minutes' time. But just to give you the basics on this one. James Trafford has signed for Leeds. Leeds have confirmed also on the official announcement that it is a club record transfer, £40 million with bonuses. Doesn't say add-ons, says bonuses. So whatever that ends up equating to over time, we will have to wait and see. We got the update at 7 p.m. as we thought we would. He has signed a 5-year deal at the club. No mention from Leeds Live, The Athletic, or Leeds themselves anything to do with an extra clause or a sell on or a buyback or anything like that. I'm sure there's something in there. But at the moment, there's nothing in there right now. But it is the massive statement signing of what has been an incredibly busy summer for Leeds so far. Busy in terms of the amount of money being spent and the quality. 74 million quid gone out on 2 players. Then you add Harry Wilson into the mix as well as a third player in total. It's a solid one. We've heard Daniel Farke talk in the last couple of days about the fact that a spine of a team is really important. A top class number 1, Adam Pope on this podcast not so long ago said that an elite goalkeeper is needed. Just want to jump on this. RDS giving me the clarification. Thank you so much for this. Richard Romano has said there's a 20% sell on. That's okay. As long as Leeds selling for a profit, not the end of the world. Lord Protectors also confirmed that. Great. 20% of a sell. The video gave me goosebumps. Leeds social media team never failed to deliver. They always do. So great stuff there. Definitely playing into the 400 Leeds as a city, 400 years of Leeds as a city celebration this summer as well. So that continues. So brilliant stuff. Yeah. 20% profit. Who cares? Yeah, exactly. As long as Leeds make a profit on top of that. And if he goes on to be the keeper, people think he will go on for. And with the course of inflation on footballers over the last couple of years, you could be looking at 70, 80 million. You're still making more than your fair share of money in the future. But the most important thing, sell-ons be damned and add-ons and everything else, is that Leeds United are bringing in a top-class goalkeeper as their number 1. They've also confirmed via Leeds Live that Lucas Perry will go to Torino on loan with an option. They've also confirmed Joe Gelhart's likely to go as well via Leeds Live. So a lot going on behind the scenes. People are starting to move. I know the Red Bull logo is the Red Bull logo, unfortunately, and you can argue with marketing people till the cows come home about why it's in red on the front of the shirt. It's a primary logo. That's their brand. They're paying a lot of money to get it. So lots of clubs this season with no brands on the front of their shirt. At least Leeds have got some money coming in from a sponsor that's not having any issues with human rights violations and, not a Gulf state. So, there is something in that. But yeah, look, really good. When he started his medical on Monday, Leeds, as we said in the news today, probably weren't in a massive rush to get that medical done because they needed to wait for Manchester City to get Geronimo Rulli in the door, and that's done as well. So he comes in, domino 1 falls, then James Trafford, domino 2 falls, and Lucas Perry, domino 3 falls. And we are where we are. I would like that shirt an awful lot more if it didn't have the red and yellow on the front of it. Same as the warm-up top. That blue Yorkshire Rose warm-up top is fantastic. I don't love the red and yellow on the front of it. Not necessarily anything to do with the brand. Just the colours aren't great for me as well. But yeah, people are. Yeah, look, we will grow up, Paul. We will grow up and stop talking about Red Bull logos. You're dead right. But yeah, so it's an important one. The Athletics piece that's come out, I'll fly through it as we normally do with you very quickly. Leeds United completed the signing of goalkeeper James Trafford from Manchester City. The Athletic reported earlier on August 6th that the 23-year-old had completed a medical ahead of finalising his transfer. The England international began his medical on Monday and concluded it with Leeds staff over the course of the week. He has now signed a 5-year deal at the club. The Athletic reported last week that the deal is worth a guaranteed £40 million plus add-ons. And Leeds have been in the market for a goalkeeper after Carl Darlow, who ended the season as number 1, departed on a free transfer to Manchester United. Lucas Perry remains the club after losing his place to Carl Darlow. Not anymore. He's off to Torino. So that's changed since then as well. Newcastle United were the front runners for his signature coming into this summer. Leeds managed to beat them off. Leeds have done well. They've done well this summer. We've beaten off competition to get Harry Wilson. We've beaten off significant competition to get Tariq Muharramovic. Getting better with that one. To get him in the door. And they've now beaten off competition to get James Trafford. And that one's been confirmed. So it's massive. Look, it's great. Spine that team is looking a lot stronger, considering we've already got a pretty strong looking team as it is from where we were last season. Still some players to add. Left back cover is going to be needed. A deputy for this man is going to be needed over the next couple of weeks as well. Number 9 and a 10, whoever that might be in the end, we'll have to wait and see on that one. But really, really good. Yeah, Geronimo is the domino. Lovely. Well done, Terry. Great show there. Yeah, Baron Cross said this as well today. This is a significant coup for Leeds. Trafford is one of the rising stars of European goalkeeping and would stand a good chance of starting a goal for half the teams in the Premier League. I mean, I think if you were looking at Man City lost Donnarumma, which they did, they brought him to replace him, he will be their number 1. If Arsenal lost Raya, then maybe he's someone they look at for number 1. If Liverpool lost Alisson, and whoever their second choice goalkeeper is now, there you go. There's another one. So yeah, I think we're getting into that territory. And it has been said, and shout out to Leeds that for this, they did the maths on this, and the fee from Nigel Martin way back when, if it was put in line with current inflation and football inflation, will be in and around £33 million in today's money. Probably a few million to spare on that as well. This is not far off that. And I do think it's as significant as when Leeds brought Nigel Martin in. It's something that you can look at for a longer period of time, whether it's 4 or 5 years. We'll see. Lifetime of a player tends to be around 3 years at a club. So we will wait and see. But yeah, he was the number 1 priority for the football club this summer. This goes back to James Marshman and Team Talks report back in February. They've confirmed this repeatedly all year, that this is the number 1 target. And that has proved to be the case. So yeah, well done to them as well. I'm sure Fabrizio's out there trying to get a tap in at the back post somewhere as well. But look, it's a big coup. It's a big one. We'll see where it goes. I'll jump into a few of your comments. I'm not going to keep you more than 10 or 15 minutes tonight because it is getting late. But yeah, done deal, says Putty the Bear. Bringing MOT welcome to Leeds. Welcoming him at Trafford to LS11. Somebody said, can he change his name to Ellen? Finally, says Matthew. Absolutely massive. Enough said. Evening, Jer. Well chuffed today. Yeah, we should be. The Leeds Gamer says, let's hope he does the biz for Leeds. If so, 40 million over the next 10 years of service doesn't sound too bad when it's virtually the case that he'll be England's number 1 goalkeeper in the next couple of seasons. Could be the England number 1 goalkeeper by the end of this season. That should be pointed out as well. Gavin James, whoop, whoop, about time. Yeah. Listen, Leeds said they'd be patient this summer. Leeds said they will be strategic this summer. And as long as that patience is paid off, I think we can all put up with it. I know we all get giddy and a bit antsy and want to see them coming through the door. But as long as they pay off, that's all that matters. Zach Drummond said, new Trafford, way better than dingy old Trafford. Absolutely. Tom says, what an announcement. John Trafford, that was lovely, by the way, as well, because Romano, when the deal agreed was announced, Romano put out a message saying, John Trafford, deal agreed, got it all wrong. Mixed up as John Stones and his James Traffords. So Leeds have decided to play on that in their announcement, saying, John Trafford, crossed it out, James Trafford, big take, deal done. Here we go. Leeds Gamer said he needs to get the depot, change his name. Where's the picture of Michael Martin? There it is there. Yahoo. Everyone's very excited about this. Lee McGuinness, hey, Jer, I definitely going to do Trafford's wedding. Yeah, that's a game hanger. Andy. Face says, evening, Jer. Hi, all. It's about time. Leeds do like a 7 p.m. slot. They do. Just as Sky Sports transfer show starts. I love the LUFC intro video. It is class. Hey, it's Geronimo Lynch. Done and dusted. Bryce says, I'll tell you who's happier than all of us. Alex Cairns starts season. Yeah, I'm so happy that Alex Cairns got a pre-season where he was starting for Leeds and he got to play in those matches abroad. Great for Alex. He's a Leeds lad and he deserves that opportunity. But now he'll go as a deputy behind James Trafford. I'm sure he'll be very happy with that. Yeah, everyone's very happy with that. Take my hat off to the 49ers. It had to be Nigel Martin. 7 p.m. You said it, Jer. Who's next? That's a big question. Is it a 10? Is it a left back cover? Is it a 9? Can they get a couple done this week? I think we average one every week and a half at this moment in time. Maybe even a bit longer. But yeah. What's a signing? Wow. What a signing. Wow. Last time this excited was when Nigel Martin signed. A lot of us in that same bracket. A lot of people too young to remember that one, but a lot of us of the older vintage can remember it. Trafford could be our keeper for the next decade, as long as Leeds can grow. No need to leave. If the players that are coming in like Muharram, that was doing so well. Muharramovic and Trafford, as long as we match their aspirations and give them Champions League football in the next couple of years, why not? Why not? That's 3 signings. It is. Fantastic signing. Whoop, whoop. Everyone's very happy. Let's get some of the more recent comments. Coming to so many comments. If you could stick a like on the video as well, that'll be fantastic. Or on the stream, that'll be brilliant. We're 10 minutes in, so you've got a good flavor of what it's been like so far. If you want to stick a like on it, you can do. 114,000 accounts have watched the channel over the last 28 days. So if you're not subscribed, there's about 30,000 of you not subscribed. You can hit the button and get daily Leeds news as well as these streams when things happen. Paul says he was at Rubbing Park last night. My friends spoke to him and he said he'd already signed. I was going to say today, but I thought it was nonsense. You got to be careful. Schultz next. Great video from Nigel Martin, LUFC. Absolutely. Paul, you beat him to it. It's 7:30 yet. Still time for another announcement. You get greedy then, don't we? Jerry McNamee texted me and went, I'm bored of Trafford now. Bring me more shiny toys. So there we are there. Graham Smith. Fantastic news, Jer. Get 3 or 4 in now and we'll be going place at England's number 1. Might be watching England again. Chris says massive well done to Underwood and the 49ers. There's a massive signing. Yeah, absolutely. Got a lot of stick last year. There's not a lot of people holding their hands up and apologizing for that, but they did do a cracking job last season and are doing a cracking job again this summer. A massive link to the spine of the team. Probably the biggest signing in a while. I think so. Yeah, unreal. Just saw the news. Evening. Good evening. Pierre, how are you doing, mate? That's amazing. Tactful by Jerry. As always for Jerry. As always. Never any doubt. A couple of people were in doubt about this one. Fantastic news. Great signing. Hopefully James is at Leeds as long as our last England keeper for around 8 seasons. Enzo Francescoli, evening, Jer. Great to see the club has done some great business already. Hopefully 1 or 2 more. Yeah, most of the deals get done. There's a lot of people worrying that we're still running out of time, but there's still plenty of time. And there's the bulk of the transfers, as we've seen historically, tend to get done in the last week. So we're probably bang on where we need to be. He's looking for 6-ish signings over the whole course of this window. Halfway there now. Hopefully they're close to the other ones. Is the interview behind the paywall? No, it should be up on YouTube or LUTV. The interview tends to go out slightly behind the written articles so that people actually read the written articles, I suppose. How much does that leave? Now, look, go back and watch the SCR stream with Steve Carlisle if you haven't, because Leeds have spent 74 million, but they haven't spent 74 million, if that makes sense, because they'll be broken up into 5 years. So they've only spent a portion of it, but then Leeds' budget isn't 100 million. That's also broken up as well. So it's a relative term. I'm not going to do the maths right now because I can't. So there's that. But do check out this stream with Steve. It's probably about, 25 million up front for him, 15 for Muharramovic. You're looking about, 40, maybe another 40 million in the bank somewhere there for Leeds. Maybe. I am guessing. Consider how previous owners handled. Yeah, I'm chuffed to see him get some game time. Looking forward to the interview. So am I. I get Ramsdale on loan as the second choice goalkeeper. I don't think he's going to leave to be a second choice goalkeeper, Rambo, but you never know. We get to see New Trafford tear up Old Trafford. Yeah, that'll be this week. And he's back in training, so he'll be involved in that game in some way, shape, or form. The players stay with clubs for 10 years these days. They don't tend to, but I suppose if you're winning stuff and you're competing, maybe they do. 2 more in by Wednesday, winky face. I mean, if you know something we don't know, wouldn't that be amazing? Someone else's announcement. Leeds United today. How old is that message? It's very old. Joe Donoghue says, evening, Jared. This is worth 10, 12 points a season. I mean, yeah, that's what Daniel Farkas said. An elite goalkeeper will save you and win you points over the course of the season. And Trafford will do that. 6'6" as well. So he adds to the big quantity of players that we've got in there. Not that he's likely to pop up in the penalty area with a header, but you never know. I'm just glad it's as if we sell, not a buyback. Yeah, that's huge as well. As long as the money's there, I don't think you really care. I support the club for 55 years and couldn't agree more. It's on the signing level. Danny Rumsey, good evening to you, Danny. Hope you're well, buddy. And he can stay living in Manchester. That is true. He doesn't have to uproot. No getting used to the league. No adjusting to his team. No adjusting to the atmosphere or the standard of the Premier League. Has that straight out the gate. Massive. Massive from day one. Steven says relegation incoming. Signings aren't good enough. No, wait, this isn't the transfer window under Victor Orta. No, it's a good one. Andrew Bissett, huge season coming. Can see Europe on the horizon. Trafford, Wilson, and Taza. Like that for him, Paul. Taza. And a good window so far. Zini, I love it when Leeds beat off other clubs. Shows real ambition. Who knows where he lives? He is a Cumbrian, not a Lancashirian or Lancastrian. Says Matthew Lancastrian. I'm not from England. I struggle with those ones. Alex says, I heard he was signing. Sorry. I heard he was their number one sign. Yeah, he was. He was the number one signing priority. So we got him. Yeah, sorry about that. The fact City aren't absolutely gutted they've sold him. Shouts massive. They're so mad. I think they're crazy. What an amazing signing. Can we keep this going? Maybe Farke has credibility after all. Look, I mean, people give him a lot of stick for the wrong reasons. You know, I never judged the pull thing or anything like that. Was being said before. It's not about that. It's about selling a proposal to players. Then it's up to the manager to get the best out of them. And Farke's done well with individuals over the last 2 years. So 3 years. So no hassle there. Paul says, I think the season goalkeeper shirt will absolutely go through the roof. I think they will now. Big signing. This is so big. It's incredible. We got it done. Old Trafford, believable for the next few friendlies. He will be available for the next few friendlies. Sorry. If anyone can dispossess Wilson, get past Biel and Muharramovic, they still have to deal with Trafford's scary prospect. And Daniel Farke made a very good point on this on his interview with Men in Blazers as well. You can take more risks when you've got that kind of a goalkeeper because you don't have to protect him as much. You can trust him 1v1. You can leave him on his own. He can be the sweeper keeper. So, yeah. And John Fort says there, welcome to Elland Road, young Trafford. Very good. Audie, the most important day in years to come. Hopefully, at least the most important day this season. Signing of the season, no doubt. So far. Striker, fullback, backup keeper, and we are set. I think we're getting very close to being set, lads. I really do think we are. Yeah, so that's where we are. No point in draining the ocean on this one. We are where we are. Andrea's just texted me, Nigel Martin in the video. Good stuff, Andrea. Yeah, we're in a really good spot. We're in a really, really good spot. Been asked for an opinion. Steve, Jer, any opinion on the Square Ball Red Bull article? Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Free speech. The guys are a fanzine. They put out articles based on all different levels. Everyone within that organization has their own opinion on it. I'm never going to tell anyone they're not entitled to their opinion. So there you go. Yeah, that's what that is. I don't work for the Square Ball. They're all great lads. I've met them a couple of times. They're all really good guys. Up to you if you want to read it or not. Same with videos. Not everyone likes me. You know, you can watch the videos or you don't have to watch the videos. It's your choice. So, you know, it's out there. We do need a left back. Yeah. Tom says, fantastic signing and contracts are flimsy. Yeah. A reeling City maintaining matching rights. It means a sell-on clause, 20% sell-on clause, apparently. So, anyway, get some more out the doors. A couple more to go. The Leeds Live piece tonight also confirms that Joe Gallagher does look like he's going to go. There's 3 championship clubs making moves for him right now. All of the exits from Leeds have been incredibly quiet. So, you're likely to only to hear about that when he goes out the door. Have to wait and see. Lucas Perry looks like he could be gone to Torino as early as tomorrow. So we'll see that one getting done. So yeah. Andrew Stats Dalton sent me something here. Trafford stats. Who wants some Trafford stats before we go? Thank you, Andrew. Amazingly, James Trafford will become the first James to play in goal for Leeds since Jim James Toomey, same initials as James Trafford, JT, who made his last appearance for Leeds in September 1948. Trafford will become our 90th player, including outfield players, to play in goal for Leeds, excluding outfield players. He will be the 77th. We are also about to reach player 900 in the club's history. This will be dependent on when he makes his debut. If anyone else makes a debut, which seems likely. And even more shocking, only 3 players have previously played in goal for Manchester City and Leeds. Stuart Taylor, who made 1 appearance for City and 5 for Leeds. Kasper Schmeichel, who made 10 for City and 4 for Leeds. And Scott Carson, 3 for Leeds and 1 for City. I'm surprised at those numbers. I thought Scott Carson played more games for Leeds. And I definitely I'd forgotten Stuart Taylor played anything for Leeds at all. I completely forgot about Stuart Taylor. But there we are, folks. Massive day for Leeds. That one's done. Podcast will be out later on tonight. Myself and Andrea talking about the season ahead, looking at the transfer market and what we've done so far, some opinions on that, and the number 10 position being talked about in a bit more detail as well. We do touch on James Trafford, but it was recorded for this live stream, so just in mind. Everyone wants a marquee signing, Peter. There's your marquee signing for this summer on the back of a £34 million signing as well. So not been a bad summer so far. we'll see how it goes. Still a few more to get done and dusted. Folks, enjoy the rest of your day. If you could stick a like on this on your way out the door, massively appreciated. It's a little thumbs up button down below. Won't cost you anything. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing for daily Leeds United news and transfer wrap-ups at the weekend. All opinion-based, not journalist. So all opinion-based stuff. You can check it out if you want to. Right. That'll be me. Have a great rest of your night. Talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.